economy remains under pressures amidst the U.S. government's tariff policy, financial market volatility, and we also see commodity price volatile due to the geopolitical risk, etc. But despite such uncertainty, Indonesia economies has remained resilient and stable compared to other economies, with improved outlook on the back of positive revised growth forecast. You can see that from IMF projection that we still can growth in 2025 for 9% increase from the previous condition. And of course, in 2026, we still can growth in 4.69%. But new presidents still want to boost our economic growth more than 5%. So it can gradually achieve to 8%. Next, in Indonesia, dynamic economy is expected to continue to show growth across sectors. Please, next slide. In 2025, Indonesian economic performance has shown mixed momentum. GDP growth slow to 4.87% year-on-year in the first quarter, largely due to weaker public expenditure and subdued investment activity. But you all see that by the second quarter, however, the economy regained pace, expanding by 5.12% year-on-year, supported by resilient household consumption, stronger export demand, and rollout of fiscal stimulus measures. Of course, government tried to add some stimulus when we see that the economic growth is going down. This rebound highlights the underlying resilience of the manufacturing and the trade, which are the major expanding component of the GDP growth, for around 16% and 16% respectively. Next, we also can see that Indonesia continue to maintain a solid consecutive monthly trade surplus despite global uncertainties and headwinds, as well as well positioned to sustain its resilience. You can see that cumulative trade balance still positive. It grows 45.9% from the previous years, data from January to September. And also, if we see the data from export-import still grows from the previous year's performance. Okay, then we can see about the inflation Indonesia. In this headline, inflation has remained modest and well within the government target range, 2.5% plus minus 1. This stability reflects effective economic measurement and also policy implementation in Indonesia. It's noteworthy that Indonesia inflation rate is 2.65% year-on-year in September 2025, slightly up from 2.31% year-on-year in August. So you can see that inflation remains stable, supporting household purchasing power, while staying at the level that still provides a profit margin for businesses. Compared to peer countries, Indonesia inflation remains moderate. You can see a steady achievement of inflation in other countries. However, we have considered also a rising food inflation driven by weather-related factors need to be closely monitored. The government will continue to manage food inflation to ensure that price affordability nationwide. Next, we see the real sector continue to show positive momentum, supported by improved liquidity condition. The continued expansion in manufacturing PMI and the growth in business and industrial electricity consumption reflect a healthy business environment. And we can also see that on the consumption side, rising retail sales and household spending indicate that domestic economic activity remains robust. Okay, we see the indicators in financial sector. Amid global economic uncertainty, the performance of financial instruments remain positive on the back of positive market sentiments. And we also see the rupiah exchange rates has remained stable, supported by lower currency and country risk. We compare data from the beginning of budget year until now. You can see the spread going lower. From a pricing perspective, market development have been driven mainly by domestic investors, while non-residents recorded some outflows, particularly in December. The government will continue to strengthen public confidence, of course. All well-designed policies will continue to be communicated openly and transparently, with greater clarity in policy direction being continuously enhanced. Okay, let's see. With the current policy from new Finance Ministers, Pak Purbaya, alongside measures to preserve household purchasing power, UNI has deployed low interest rate cash placement in commercial banks to sustain liquidity and stimulate economic activity. These placements offered by preferential rate are intended to strengthen banks' capacity to extend affordable credit to business, particularly small medium enterprises, as well as sectors prioritized for recovery and economic growth. We would like to emphasize once again that the placement of 200 trillion rupiah is not a monetary policy intervention, but it is a part of government cash management to ensure that the government maintains sufficient liquidity buffers for operational needs while still contributing productively to the economy. As we see, as of 30 September 2025, fund utilization realization reached 75% at Bank Mandiri, 62% at BRI, 50% at BNI, 90% at BTN, and 55% at BSI. And we also see that this placement has contributed to a significant 13% increase in base money M0 in September. So actually, the approach that we try to provide adequate liquidity in the market, so cost of fund can decrease. We expected that trade growth can increase gradually, and of course, we hope that consumption and investment will increase, and finally, it can contribute to multiplier effect for economic growth. The prompt distribution of these funds by the banks act as stimulus for business sectors, with total disbursement by state-owned banks reaching 56% or equivalent to 112.4 trillion rupiah. Okay, let's see state well-being indicators. Resilient economic growth has also contributed to improving public welfare. The employment rate continues to decline to 4.76%, accompanied by the creation of 3.559 million jobs, dominated by an increase in full-time workers by 3.25 million people. The number of new jobs created is also significantly higher than a slight increase in unemployment of 63.45 thousand people compared to the previous period. Of course, it's an achievement, but we still not there's still that room for improvement to create a good employment rate here. Stronger economic economic activity and previous government stimulus measures have also helped reduce the poverty rate from 9.03% from the BPS data March 2024 to 8.47% March 2025. Of course, government still continue the program to improve people well-being. Next, let's see the vision mission of new president Pak Prabowo, particularly for APBN State Budget 2026. The STEM realizing food, energy, and economic sovereignty towards a resilient, independent, and prosperous Indonesia. So state budget remains solid and effective in supporting national priority programs. The government continues to stay vigilant, anticipatory, and responsive, maintaining a healthy and credible, stable state budget to support development agendas here, and to promote public welfare, and also to serve as a shock absorber in mitigating economic volatility. And next, we also see focus Pak Prabowo agenda for 8 agenda priorities. So to achieve our multifaceted objectives of resiliency, self-reliance, and prosperity, we have focused on 8 strategies to optimally support the development agenda. So you can see that focus for 2026, food security, energy resilience, free nutritious meals, quality of education, health quality, village development, cooperative and MSMEs, universal defense, and lastly, accelerating global investment and trade. So we have been consistently implementing structural reform strategies across a wide range of all sectors here. Next. To achieve high economic growth, Indonesia relies on strong collaboration between the private sector and government. So not only from government side, but both sector, private sector, and government. The focus is on creating value, generating jobs, and also to ensuring sustainable development. Private sector as the main growth engine. The private sector drives economic expansion by focusing on high-value industries and sectors with strong multiplier effects, and encouraging resilience and labor-intensive sectors. So promoting industry that create jobs and withstand economic shock is essential for inclusive growth. And of course, state budget as a catalyst. Government spending plays a strategic role in revitalizing private sector's activities and supporting long-term growth. By government expenditure, by giving stimulus, it will be part of state budget as a catalyst. Let's see next, in terms of strategy to achieve high economic growth, we need to focus on 2 key areas. First one, increasing investment and also improving productivity. I think it will related to our discussion here. These are the drivers that will help Indonesia stay competitive and transform its economy. Investment is the foundation of growth. So you can see that capital is essential, and we must attract more foreign direct investment, FDI, by expanding downstream industries, supporting renewable energy. We'll talk about green energy here, and boosting high-tech sector as well. So digital will support about this sector as well. And we have to cope with ease of doing business. Yeah, ease of doing business is matters. Simplifying regulations and reducing barriers will make it easier for investors to enter and operate in Indonesia. Of course, we have issue in human capital. Human resources are critical. We need to improve workforce quality, develop future-ready talent, and strengthen collaboration between schools, universities, and businesses. And we also see that productivity drives competitiveness. This means that improving infrastructures, streamlining regulations, and cutting bureaucracy to make business more efficient. So we have homework to make business more efficient here. Of course, we know that digital matters here, digital infrastructures and innovation, strengthening digital connectivity and investing in research and developments will help drive innovation and long-term economic transformation. So that's why governments give some stimulus about that HR development in many cooperation. Next, to achieve our digital transformation goal by 2045, Indonesia needs to improve its global digital competitiveness ranking significantly. This requires strong strategies focused on infrastructure, technology, and innovation, of course. Clear target for 2025, yeah. Our aim is to move rank from 51 in 2025 to rank 30 by 2045 in the Global Digital Competitiveness Index. And current positions and challenge, we see that in 2024, data from 2024, Indonesia is ranked 48 out of 64 countries, which means we need major improvement to catch up with regional leaders like Singapore and China, of course. And then strengthening digital infrastructure, building a robust connectivity, cybersecurity, and digital ecosystem infrastructure is essential to support transformation. And enhancing technology adaptation, we must accelerate adoption for advancement technologies such as IoT, AI, edge computing, and robotic automation to stay competitive. And lastly, encouraging digital transformation across sectors, promoting digital literacy, financial technology, fintech, e-government, e-commerce, and e-health will ensure that transformation benefits all parts of society. Let's see specific to information and communication sector. The information and communication sectors continue to be a strong contributor to Indonesian economy, growing faster than overall GDP. You can see here, this reflects the rapid pace of digital adaptation and the increasing demand for digital services. We can see that consistent high growth. The infocom sector has maintained growth rates above overall GDP, reaching 7.9% in second quarter 2025, compared to GDP growth is around 5.8%. And we see significant contribution to economic growth in second quarter 2025. The sector contribute 0.53% to overall GDP growth, making it one of the key drivers alongside manufacture and trade. And we see this as a key factors behind the growth. Higher cinema attendance during Eid holidays, increased demand for programming and consulting services, and rising revenues in telecommunication and ISPs have fueled this expansion. And digital adoptions as a catalyst, the sector's performance shows how digital transformation through connectivity, content, and services is accelerating economic activity. So we see that future potential remains strong with ongoing investment in digital infrastructure and technology. The information and communication sector is expected to remain a major growth engine for Indonesian economy. And then let's see what's that in detail. Digital transformation is no longer optional. We think that it is a necessary across all sectors. Advanced technology adoption is key to improving efficiency, competitiveness, and service quality in Indonesian economy. Financial services lead the way. This sector saw that the highest digital maturity driven by strong adoption of digital payments, financial literacy, and integration with e-commerce. And if we see trade and retail are advancing rapidly, automation through robotic and AI, integration of e-commerce and digital small medium enterprises are transforming how business operate and serve customers. And if you see healthcare is embracing technology, telemedicine and AI-powered services are improving access and quality of healthcare, making it more efficient and patient-centered. And in manufacturing is moving toward industry 4.0. Adoption of robotic, AI, and smart industrial zones is helping manufacturing becomes more productive and globally competitive. Other sectors are catching up. Logistics, education, tourism, and agriculture are integrating digital tools from e-learning and online booking to smart farming and sensor technologies. It improves to enhance the performance and innovation. Let's see next. We see that digital technology trends are reshaping business models and driving industries 5.0, where humans and machine collaborate to create sustainable, innovative, and resilient industries. AI leads the transformation. Artificial intelligence and information processing technologies dominate with 86% adoption, making them the most influential drivers of business change. And robotic and automation are accelerating. Robot and autonomous system rank second at 58%, enabling efficiency and reducing manual tasks in industrial operation. Energy and sustainability matter. Green energy adoption and storage technologies are gaining traction at 41%, supporting sustainable industrial practices. We see the industry 5.0 focus on collaboration. The new era emphasizes human-machine collaboration, ensuring technology enhance creativity and well-being rather than replacing workers. And core principle for success, innovation, resilience, and transparency are key. Industries must adapt quickly to disruption, maintain quality, and respond to market demands with agility. Let's see about the government focus about the regulation and the bottlenecking. All our efforts being carried out to improve the investment climate. Several policy reform implementation have been undertaken, including, let's say, it's a sample government regulation number 28, 2025, which enhance ease of doing businesses by simplifying processes and accelerating services. And we also see that formulation of the domestic component level or TKDN policy is changed, and relaxation of raw materials import for industrial sectors, and let's say streamlining 145 regulation concerning fertilizer distribution, so it can increase rice production, maintain stock level at over 4 million tons, and it support stable price of rice. Okay, government will continue to state the program for delegation and bottlenecking. We hope that it can accelerate investment and ease of doing business in Indonesia. Next, let's see. Previously, we mentioned that the roles of private sector, including the role of Danantara here. We already create Danantara in Indonesian context. Private investment is being strengthened through Danantara. The focus of high value-added sectors that generate a large multiplier effect and labor intensive will be here. Investment growth target is set to reach 8.5% by 2029. If we can see that of the total investment requirement of 41,000 trillion between 2025 to 2029. Around 84% is expected to come from the private sector. So we see the synergy among the government, state-owned enterprises, Danantar here, and the private sector will drive quality investment, job creation, and industrial value-added growth. Next, let's see that the last slide. The right combination of growth strategies, disciplined implementation of fiscal strategies, and effective investment strategies will drive high economic growth of up to 8% by 2029. Growth strategies are continuously pursued by promoting high value-added sectors, revitalizing resilient sectors, such as textile, etc., and continuing to remove structural bottlenecks by the bottlenecking and others program. The fiscal strategy is optimized through disciplined implementation of its allocation, distribution, and establishment function of state budget. And investment strategy focus on strengthening the role of Danantara, mainly in leveraging private sector contributions. Economic growth is expected to progress steadily year by year with a target of 8% growth in 2029. So, with strategic policies and resilient private sectors, Indonesia is ready to become an inclusive, competitive, and sustainable economic power. Thank you. I'll stop here. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much for the enlightenment presentation, Dr. Nur Faisal Ahmad. Dr. Nur already presented regarding the navigation policy to achieve high economic growth, and in this presentation, he highlighted Indonesia's strong fundamental amid global challenge, supported by stable inflation, robust trade performance, and improving investor confidence. The government continues to encourage private sector participation as the main engine of growth, while the state budget serves as catalyst for productivity and innovation. Key strategies including boosting investment, developing human capital, enhancing digital infrastructure, and driving transformation toward Industry 5.0, where technology complements human creativity and skill. Policy on deregulation, debottlenecking, and investment facilitation are also being strengthened to attract both domestic and foreign investment. With strategic collaboration between public and private sectors, Indonesia target economic growth 8% by 2029, moving confidently toward resilient, independent, and prosperous nation. Thank you very much, Dr. Nur Faisal Ahmad, for your insightful and comprehensive presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, Dr. Yogi and Dr. Noor will not be able to stay with us for the discussion session due to another official engagement. We truly appreciate Dr. Yogi and Dr. Noor for valuable insight for today's seminar. So we will go ahead to the second session of our international seminar. It is my great pleasure to introduce our first speaker in the session two, Dr. Yuni Yuningsi.
Dr. Uni Uningsi is a lecturer and researcher at Curtin University, Australia, specializing in accounting, corporate governance, and sustainability reporting. She earned her PhD in commerce from Curtin University and is a certified member of CPA Australia. Her research explores the intersections of governance, ethics, and sustainable business practices, with several publications in international journals. She's recognized for her dedication to advancing excellence in accounting education and promoting integrity and sustainability in the profession.
Dr. Yuni is a lecturer at the School of Accounting, Economic and Finance, Curtin Business School, Australia. We are truly honored to have Dr. Yuni with us today to share her insight and academic experience. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Yuni Yuningsi as the first speaker of second session.
All right. Thank you very much for the opportunities. But first of all, can I check if you can hear me clearly and also can see the screen?
Yes, you are visible and audible.
Okay, thank you so much because I just changed the background as well. So thank you. So first of all, thank you for the great introduction, and again, thank you for the opportunities given to me to share some idea in this performance management area. So that's the reason why I choose this topic. So hopefully this is something that will be valuable and useful for this event as well. So welcome everyone. My name is Yuni, as being introduced. So I've been academics at Curtin University for 11 years now. So it is a great pleasure for me to be here to share ideas on performance management. I believe it is closely related to what the audience is doing. Hopefully, again, you find it useful. If not, then feel free to maybe give me some sort of suggestion at the end. All right, so let me share the slide first. Hopefully I can share my slide. Okay. Is it this one? No. Hang on. I think I have problem in sharing. Not that one. Sorry. Oh yeah, it's this one. Sorry. Okay. I think. Okay. Share. Okay. Can you see my screen, my slide?
Yes, Doctor.
Okay. I just need to, because I can't see my slide.
Right now I see your desktop.
Okay. Can you see my slide now?
Yes, now
Okay.
it's visible.
Okay, thank you. Because I'm using new laptop here. I'm still trying to be familiar with it. So my topic will be performance management and how AI actually transform the process, but also what we need to focus on. I would like to focus on actually in this presentation the benefits. So because we are most of organization, large corporation, they are already using it. So apparently they get some sort of benefits and then feels and experience the value of the use of AI tools in the especially performance management process. However, as we know, it is quite new things for us to adapt. Therefore, I would like to highlight some challenges as well, something that we need to be aware of when we are using it, because it is not something that the system that we set, one offset and then forget, because there are a lot of consequences, challenges, and also it could lead to a serious risk for the company or organization if we don't know how to use it responsibly, ethically, and especially when we have a lot of investment on this, um, we don't want it to be a wasted of money at the end. All right, now let me go through. This is a bit weird. Okay, so very quickly, may I ask moderator, the audience of this event, is it combination of academic staff and student? Because I would like to customize the presentation to the
Yes, correctly. Yeah.
okay. All right. So very quickly, probably we go back to what we already know about performance management. So why it is important, because any organization, they have goals, they want to achieve their goals, and therefore they have to manage, they have to set the goals, monitor, and then at the end of the day, they want to make sure that they can achieve the goals. But in order to achieve the goals at the end, of course, we need to provide a lot of feedback. We need to see the progress and make corrective action before it is too late. So that's why performance management is important. However, we talk about the AI use now. So what we are trying to do is to um, share this idea that we are no longer using traditional model, especially when we talk about large corporation, multinational companies, government as well. Because traditionally, when we talk about performance management, what we are doing is, as a manager, they will look at the performance. They look at the targets first. They look at the performance of the employees, and at the end of the year, they look at how or whether the employees are meeting the target or not. Right? That's the traditional model. So we wait until the end of the year, and then we look at the report, we evaluate the report, and then we meet with our employees or lower level managers to see, what's going on, why you haven't achieved what you're supposed to be achieving, and so forth. However, with AI tools, that traditional methods, I'm not saying it is not useful for some situation, for smaller companies with less complex activities, because providing continuous real-time feedback could be expensive. So a yearly review could also be useful for in a certain situation for different contexts. However, if we talk about large corporation, the government activities, large organization, having yearly evaluation, employee evaluation will not be sufficient, especially with the what is happening in the business environment, the changes in the technology, changes in the trend, customer preferences, for example, change of policies, all